It's pretty intertwined.
And for him to say Diddy who is his way of saying, I'm not talking about Sean anymore. Maybe he's been playing cozy with the other Sean.
Let me ask you this too. What is up? What is up? YouTube. Man, we just did a Tisha Tales reaction. That had me shook a little bit. She read the I need to go check that out, man. She read the letter that Cassie sent to the judge. Oh my God, man. I'm laughing because, I'm not laughing, but if I was a judge and I read that letter, I would not let him out on no bail, my daggone self. I want to let y'all know, man, life is hard. Life is hard for everybody, man. So us doing harm to each other just make things worse. People should not be doing harm to each other. And at the level that Diddy is on, he should be one of the main people not doing harmful things to other people. If you have to do harmful things to other people to reach those levels, I don't want to reach it. And I'm being sincere. I don't want to reach levels where I have to hurt another human being in this world. I'd rather keep struggling, sit down here and do these YouTube videos. It's safer. It's more pleasing to the man upstairs or the women upstairs if you believe. Believe in something, man. Disgusting new details revealed about Diddy's children. This is really bad. One of the things I've seen people leave comments and unsubscribe to the channel because of the clickbait stuff. I can't help it. This is first time reaction. My team send me stuff. We think it's good. We react to it. Maybe sometimes at the end I can tell you this is clickbait, but we all know that there are lawsuits out on Diddy kids. So the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I ain't gonna play no song. I ain't gonna play the song. That's the name of my song, one of my songs I did. So look here, man. Without any further ado, let's hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out.
To stay out of the spotlight for the most part as their father's trial unfolded. But it seems that the recent light shown on their own histories have brought some truly horrifying revelations to light.
If you don't mind me saying, Tis Tales. And she said that she was going through the whole lawsuit. And in the lawsuit, it stated that he was recording a song. And the guy, Little Rob, had it in the recording that the girl was actually fighting him off her, and he was trying to make her drink some tequila, and she said, "What's in it? Is anything in it?" And he was trying to fondle on her or whatever like that during the time. And Lil Rob picked that up at the recording. So she's a part of the lawsuit.
Now, what's interesting is the timing. As Diddy waits for his sentencing on federal charges, 6 of his children have stepped up to write letters supporting their father, who has already spent more than a year behind bars. Diddy was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation for illegal purposes, and now Judge Arun Subramanian will decide what comes next. Even though prison time is still on the table, Diddy avoided a possible life sentence after being cleared of other major charges. His defense team has submitted a large stack of letters to the court, hoping to show another side of him. Among those are letters from 6 of his 7 children.
Good morning, guys.
Top of the morning, y'all. Stepping, looking Fleeto, stepping. Ooh, oh my God. That jacket is, oh my God. That's the most fire jacket ever. Oh my God.
That's Udo on Go, y'all. Shout out to Udo on Go. He told me, oh my God, look at the jacket. Udo on Go, he he is definitely neutral on this whole thing. Shout out to Uda. On go.
The children describe Diddy as a loving and steady presence in their lives, someone who taught them values they still carry today. My dad is not perfect, Justin Combs wrote. I know he has made mistakes, and I do not deny that. But I refuse to let those mistakes erase the truth of who he is. A loving, present father who has instilled in me and my siblings the importance of respect, of honoring women, and of standing tall in the face of adversity. He is the anchor of our family, the one we look to for guidance and reassurance. Gene Deal, however, thinks this is all a facade from Justin, and that he actually stands to gain a lot from his own father being imprisoned.
Let me just tell you something, bro. And this is real talk. He's still going to jail. You happy because he didn't get the RICO and the racketeering, so he gets to keep his money. He gets to keep his inheritance. He gets to keep all the that they stole over the years from other people.
Facts.
That's why he happy. Him and Puff wasn't that tight.
Wow, y'all heard
They
that.
used to go at it. People close by would tell that story. Yeah, that's still his father. But you and I both know that extra right out there, come on, man. Outside the court, the judge might give him extra time for this nigga and his antics.
Oh my God, don't say
Puff
that.
not coming home, bro. And you got to realize at 50-something years old, he'll come out to get his Social Security or better. How old is he? Born in 69? We're like 54, 55, something like that. He'll come out and get his Social Security. He had to do 85% of his time. That right there, King Kong or Christian, acting like that in front of the courts, in front of everybody.
Other letters mentioned how Diddy stepped up for the family after the passing of Kim Porter, the children's mother, in 2018. Quincy Brown shared, "My pops, as he's always done for his children, stepped up and made it a priority to be present with us at a time when he didn't even know how to be there for himself. Having to say goodbye to our mother brought us closer in ways that only grief could." Delilah and Jesse, who just graduated high school, echoed that in a joint letter. Our family has faced many challenges through the years, but no matter what, we continue to stick together through it all. We know who our father truly is, a caring, loving, generous, passionate, and dedicated man. Christian Combs wrote more directly to the judge, saying, "Please let him out. This is driving me crazy, and my family crazy. I'm asking for grace and compassion to the family. Please let my dad out of jail." But could Diddy really get out earlier just because his family is writing letters to the judge?
That's not a good enough reason, man. You know, shoot. I miss my $1 million house. Can I please get it, please? Because I really miss it. And that ain't good enough, man. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just not good enough.
I'm asking for grace and compassion to the family.
Why you asking for grace? You should have been telling your dad to not do some of the things that he was doing. I mean, I don't know, unless your dad, why are you doing this stuff? Why don't we just do music?
Please let my dad out of jail. But could Diddy really get out earlier just because his family is writing letters to the judge? It's unlikely, but his attorneys have pulled quite an interesting move in asking for a sentence of no more than 14 months, which would almost match the time Diddy has already served. If the judge agrees, there's a chance he could be released before the end of the year. TMZ had also previously reported on the chance that Diddy was already working behind the scenes with the government to buy his way out of jail.
Well, Diddy is upping his offer to the government. He wants out of jail right now. You know that he is still behind bars at Brooklyn MDC while he is awaiting his sentence in October. But right after he was sentenced, they tried to get out on bail. They made an offer. They said, we'd like for him to be released on $1 million bail. The judge shut that down. So now it's like he's playing Let's Make a Deal, right? How about this, Your Honor? What if we offer a $50 million bail package. The money has gone up, but the reason that he thinks he should get out is because he says what he's convicted of were non-violent offenses. And he's right. He's right that he was convicted on 2 counts of the Mann Act. The Mann Act is hiring a prostitute and taking the prostitute across state lines. It's a non-violent crime. So when you look at what happened, there were allegations that he was violent toward Cassie and Jane, during the prosecution's case. There was testimony. But the jury found him not guilty on those counts. And when you look at the Intercontinental video in 2016, he would have been convicted had he been prosecuted in California. Right. But he wasn't. And the statute of limitations ran. So his position is, look, you're holding me because you say I have violent propensities, but that's not what I was convicted on. It's not what he was convicted on, but those violent propensities do exist.
Look, the bottom line is they didn't convict him
You guys
of
are arguing the wrong
violence.
point. The Mann Act, under the bail statute, you can argue what you think the law should be. Here's what the law is. Under the bail statute, it is considered a violent crime. We can say it doesn't include violent. The Mann Act, 18 U.S.C. 2421, prohibits the transportation of individuals across state lines for prostitution and other immoral purposes. This is called a crime of violence when determining whether to detain a defendant on bail.
Right, on bail. Wait a second. He just dropped code on you. He had the actual.
He's asking for bail.
No, but the judge didn't allow bail for $1 million.
I know.
They were willing to put $1 million up. And by the way, you know as well as I know that and I'm not defending Diddy here. All I'm saying is, no, I'm not. No, I mean, Diddy should have been convicted in California.
Hold on.
But what I'm saying is, the Mann Act is not a violent crime.
I know what you're saying. I get it.
It's not.
But the judge has to go by the code.
So is this about amount? Is this about amount?
It's not about amount. So
it says on bail. It says on bail.
The violent crime, the defendant, the convicted defendant, has to prove by preponderance of the evidence or convince the judge one of two things. Either, both, he's not a flight risk. The judge did not weigh not letting him out on him being a flight risk. There's no real evidence he's a flight risk, and that's what the money would go to. Is he willing to leave $50 million behind? He has an anklet, ankle monitor.
Right.
He's not really a flight risk.
Surrenders passport too.
Surrenders passport. The other thing that Diddy has to show, the burden is on Diddy, is that he is not likely to commit the same violent act, the Mann Act, again. Diddy, remember, even though he knew he was under federal surveillance, even though he was about to be arrested, was conducting a freak off.
So what you're saying is they will keep him behind bars pending sentencing because they're afraid he might have a freak off with a prostitute.
Correct.
That certainly seems to be becoming more credible by the day. Even Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, who will turn 85 this year, wrote a letter of support. She admitted her son has made terrible mistakes, but still wanted the court to see the man she raised. So far, Diddy has been denied bail each time his team has requested it, leaving the judge's decision in October as the family's biggest hope for a reunion. But many have come out to claim that Diddy's family is the last group of people that should be trying to appeal to the judge's emotion, seeing as many of them have some very shady allegations surrounding them. Take Justin Combs as an example. Even while Diddy's high-profile trial was unfolding, he and his dad were suddenly named in a brand new lawsuit filed in Los Angeles. According to the filing, the lawsuit claims Justin used his father's fame to bring a woman from Louisiana to Los Angeles under the impression of a job opportunity. The complaint goes on to allege that once she arrived, she was mistreated and pressured over the course of a weekend. The timing of this lawsuit is striking. It landed right as Diddy's trial was in its final stage, and on the very same day his other son, Christian, better known as King Combs, dropped a new 7-song album called Never Stop. One of the tracks on the project is titled Diddy Free, with Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, listed as a producer. It seems that Christian is very much like his own father when it comes to all the wrong things.
I heard about the mixtape, bro. I heard some of the lyrics is on there. But when do you grow up, man, and be who you really are? Because you ain't no gangster. You don't know what a gangster is. You a prankster.
My God. Oh, my God.
You a prankster, son. Stop that. I think when the people heard the mixtape and they called him out on it, and they was checking him and they was trying to check him, but they lost, bruh. They don't have no guidance. The dude who's supposed to be doing, I don't know if he's security, whatever like that. Man, what the fuck is you doing out here like this? He gets on the ground and start doing push-ups up with him.
As soon as I saw him get down to do that, I was like, oh my God, that is, your security is on the ground doing push-ups while you getting, he's supposed to be checking all, checking the six and everything, man. Security, the bodyguard. And his stupid tail don't even realize that. Youngins, man.
For real? Whatever like that? Man, what the fuck is you doing out here like this? He gets on the ground and start doing push-ups up with him. Bruh, for real? Man, put your shirt on and get your ass back in that damn car. Stop acting like you stupid.
Oh my God.
Act like you got some sense.
Facts.
That's when they making the dollar make them, bruh. The dollar is making them. What you happy about? You gotta realize they know his daddy's still going to jail. They happy because they feel like the government doesn't have a right to mess with nobody's assets at this time. The verdict on the RICO, non and void. Nothing. Racketeering, nothing. And I guess it was some kind of, what was the other charge? Sex or something like that? Not sex. They got the sex charges, but the RICO, the racketeering, and the kidnapping. The kidnapping, coercion, kidnapping, all this like that. All that was non-void. It went nowhere. It went nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you still partying? Your dad about to do some time.
Facts.
So he ain't getting life. Maybe he was around there dancing because Diddy ain't getting life.
Gene Deal also went on to talk about how it's very likely that it was King's stupid behavior that led to Diddy getting arrested in the first place.
Whoa.
I feel like he played a part in that video coming up.
Whoa.
Him making a comment saying that, they...
Hold up. This is the first time I heard that. So, wait a minute. What'd she say?
So
that's
he ain't
crazy.
getting life. Maybe he was around there dancing because Diddy ain't getting life.
Gene Deal also went on to talk about how it's very likely that it was King's stupid behavior that led to Diddy getting arrested in the first place.
I feel like he played a part in that video coming up. Him making a comment saying that, they forgot to raid the house next door that his dad owned. Yeah, man, he was wilding out, man.
That's crazy.
I think he just... I don't believe he bought the house next door. Because let me just tell you something. If anything or any name that had to do with Bad Boy, the federal government going to run that. They know all the properties Diddy have. They wasn't even talking about the raid that they did in New York. But they did a raid in New York too.
So they was capping. Diddy kids capping.
I didn't hear about that raid. I only heard about the, the LA and Miami raid. But you feel like the feds, they released that video over King Kong's comments.
Oh man, I've worked in law enforcement for 27 years. And I had the opportunity to see Haida. It's a place, whereas they have the state, the feds, the NYPD, the Department of Corrections, and the state police. Yo, this place could be half of a basketball court. That's where they just got lines of computers with officers of all different people and officers just on the internet. Whoever's over that case, whoever's working that case, don't you know they saw that and took it to their boss? You might think it's petty, but it's not. You do not agitate a lion with a pork chop.
That's crazy.
And that's what that kid did, bro.
Some people feel like, Diddy, he played a part in that video coming out too. Him being spotted with Stevie J, smiling at the camera. A lot of people blame him too.
But bro, what did I tell you? He's such a narcissist that he has to be in the public.
For Diddy, these legal challenges are nothing new. His troubles began in late 2023 when his former partner, Cassie Ventura, filed a lawsuit accusing him of serious misconduct. That case was settled the very next day for $20 million, but it opened the door to a wave of lawsuits from others making similar claims. The most recent lawsuit argues that Justin promised career opportunities and used personal photos to gain leverage over the woman involved. It also accuses Diddy of having a long-standing history of behavior and even suggests that Justin's alleged actions followed the same patterns. In response, Diddy's legal team firmly denied all of the claims.
Man, come on, dude. Your father is a super duper star. You don't have to manipulate any woman. You gotta, at least I know they got about $1 million in their bank accounts, man. You don't have to. Hey, go on, Dad. Papa Diddy, you ain't trained these kids to. Oh man, to book women the normal way.
Of behavior, and even suggests that Justin's alleged actions followed the same patterns. In response, Diddy's legal team firmly denied all of the claims. The woman behind the lawsuit is asking for damages, saying the experience left her with deep emotional distress. Meanwhile, Diddy and his defense team continue to fight the accusations in court, insisting the claims are false and exaggerated. There is also speculation on the internet that Diddy could even be leaking things about his own children to deflect attention from himself.
Diddy does have a plan to try to derail the information, derail the chain of evidence, derail history as it actually happened. And he is the kind of guy that has no problem with re-victimizing people all over again. Let's just keep it a buck. These girls showed up at a very opportune time, did they not? Adria and Lamisha Fuller. Very opportune time. I do Pierce Morgan. The elites go insane. Ariel Mitchell Kidd drops Adria English as a client after she got drunk and talked with Tasha K, which was bad in itself, if you ask me.
And it's not just Diddy's son making headlines. His mom has also come up in new reports. A Rolling Stone article from January revealed that Diddy's mother, Janice, was known for throwing wild parties back in his childhood home and also for participating in freak-offs.
The guy named D1 that's suing her.
I think that they accusing Diddy mom of stealing anything is wrong. All she did was allow him to put certain things in her name to protect. If at any time, because of some of the things that he was doing and the nature of what he was doing and he knew he was doing to people, if he ever sued, he'd probably be safe having money and things in her name. Do you understand that? See, I don't believe Miss Combs gave that stuff up a long time ago when she used to do her little modeling thing with her little ladies other night, the little wild parties. When she gave that up, I don't think she was in the business. I don't think she was in the business to know exactly where the money's going, how's coming in, who she taking it from. He was just doing it and putting it and had the authority to put it in her name. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, but let me ask you this. Do you think she knew what he was doing?
I believe she knew he was doing the freak-offs. But do I believe she knew he was allocating different monies to different places and which way it was going, which offshore accounts, which Swiss banks accounts, and all this shit was going in? Nah. I think she just was enjoying the fruits of the labor.
But why you believe she knew about the Fricos?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there.
In fact, Gene Deal.
Oh my God, you can't deny that one. You cannot deny that one. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to stop it on that. Because one of the witnesses said she was there. Because this was all after Gene, because Gene was the bodyguard, but you know, this was after fact.
The fruits of the labor.
But why you believe she knew about the Fricos?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there.
In fact, Gene Deal actually took it one step further and even alleged that Diddy and his mother had a very inappropriate relationship.
Doing
I'm
IV
looking
drips
at his
together.
mother and him on the couch.
Oh my God. Don't
and
say
both
that.
of them are getting IVs after one of the Diddy parties.
Oh my God.
Allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I wasn't there and I didn't know. But they showed them both getting IVs on the couch. So my whole thing about this thing is that I'm not saying that she was ever at a freak off. She was ever at that type of party. But you can't tell me Miss Janice Combs, who was always at the regular parties, didn't know nothing about the freak off parties. This is the same dude, bruh, that used to disrespect his mother. So I seen the love now that they have for each other only on film and camera. You know, on the YouTube or Instagram or wherever they were showing it and stuff like that. But this the same guy that Kirk Burrows once told me he slapped his mother. And I told everybody, had I known he slapped his mother after I told Kirk Burrows, Kirk told me after I straightened his ass out for cussing his mama out. His mother came in the limousine and he was on the phone and she said, yo, why don't you tell these people like that? And he just cussed her clean out like on some, didn't I tell you to stay out my motherfucking business? And I was like,
wow.
Yo, I was shocked. She didn't say nothing. I said to him, I said, yo, boy, let me tell you something. If you ever cuss your mama again, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. You ain't gonna bring nothing but bad luck to us treating your mama like that.
That's facts.
Hip-hop producer Tim Dog Patterson, one of Diddy's longtime childhood friends, spoke about this in a new documentary called Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, which premieres on Peacock. Patterson said, "That's what we were privy to. This is what we were fed. Was it desensitizing us? I'm sure it was. Were we aware of it? No, that was just Saturday night." He even suggested that Diddy's early environment could help explain how the mogul later found himself facing so many investigations and lawsuits. This is something that has already been corroborated by several sources, such as Jaguar Wright and Suge Knight, who claim that Diddy's behaviors were learned behaviors from some huge names in the industry.
Clive Davis put Sean Combs in position. That's what Clive Davis does. The amount of abuse Janis Joplin suffered when she wanted to leave Clive Davis management. The amount of Whitney Houston suffered when she was ready to write her book. And then all of the she suffered. You know, Luther Vandross, it was nasty work, Clive. Swinging it at Jay-Z's knees. I'm swinging it at Clive Davis's knees. And I'm swinging it at anybody else's knees who has had anything to do with this tyranny, with this evil.
Jaguar Wright explained that Clive Davis acts like he doesn't even know Diddy. An interviewer tried to ask Clive Davis what he thought about Diddy's situation, and he literally played like he was an old man and he couldn't understand what the interviewer was asking him. And when I tell you, you could see it in Clive Davis's face that he knew exactly what this man was asking him. He just didn't know how he was going to try to answer this question. It was so awkward. Then the person next to Clive Davis said they're asking about Diddy, and Clive Davis didn't say a word, and he continued to walk into this restaurant. This interviewer waited outside of this restaurant for Clive Davis to come out and then asked him about Diddy all over again, and Clive Davis wouldn't even look this man in the eye, and he continued to get in his car, and he actually rolls up the window on this interviewer. And we know that Clive Davis is the person that mentored Diddy and helped him with Bad Boy Records. And Jaguar Wright has talked about Clive Davis and Diddy's relationship for a long time.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
I can't read the status of puppy.
What do you make of that situation? All right. No comment from Clive Davis on P. Diddy. Mr. Davis, you're a major influence on the career of P. Diddy. Have you spoken to him since the federal raid?
Yes.
Have you spoken to Sean Combs? Any comment, Mr. Davis? Any comments about Diddy? He credits you as one of his mentors.
And in her new interview with Real Life Street Stars, they actually brought up this weird encounter with Clive.
Straight like that, huh? Straight like that. You ain't gonna say a word, cuz. You just gonna put the dog on your lap. You just gonna, oh man, what you doing to that dog? I wanna know.
His mentors.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And in her new interview with Real Life Street Stars, they actually brought up this weird encounter with Clive Davis to ask Jaguar Wright how she felt about it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys this clip of Jaguar Wright explaining why Clive Davis would act like he couldn't understand questions about Diddy. And you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
You mentioned Clive Davis. They just showed him recently walking into somewhere, and they asked him about Diddy, and he said, who? Is that old age, or does he not, they're not in the same world? Or they're in the same world, but they're not cohorts.
He's definitely been his.
Oh. Okay.
I would call that the same world.
Okay.
Wow.
It's pretty intertwined.
And for him to say Diddy who is his way of saying, I'm not talking about Sean anymore. Maybe he's been playing cozy with the other Sean.
Let me ask you this, too. Ooh. Jaguar, you can put it out there, girl. That's where my Jaguar shirt at? I know I got a Jaguar shirt around here somewhere. You go, girl.
It's his way of saying,
you go,
I'm not
girl.
talking about Sean anymore.
Sean.
Maybe he's been playing cozy with the other Sean.
Oh.
Let me ask you this, too. Yeah, I think for appearance sake, they're afraid to do that. But I got two questions. One, Clive Davis, his name has been thrown around a lot now, and he's not speaking out. I know some people that know Clive, and I think he's got concerns. Now, he's a powerful guy, no question about it. But did you ever hear anything about him?
Puffy and Clyde, according to Puffy and everybody else, they've been lovers.
Damn.
Clyde know Ray J, Clyde know Puffy, Clyde know everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde's that type of guy. And if you notice, somebody sent me a clip one time on my tablet, and somebody asked Clyde about Puffy. They called me, they asked him about it. He acted like he didn't know who the man was. Like he never knew him. I mean, what did you hide, Clyde? You know?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Clyde is one of the guys who got away. But old as Clyde is, he should be able to tell the truth. It ain't like he got a lot to live on Earth. Quite sure he's slowly coming to a painful end.
Altogether, the 90-minute documentary paints a picture of how Diddy's childhood, family dynamics, and early environment may have influenced the man he became. And then his children, too. What do you think of the whole situation? Let us know in the comments below.
Oh, man. I keep saying over and over again, I feel sorry for the for Diddy's kids because they was brought up not knowing, not really understanding struggle, which help you understand right from wrong. When you're struggling, you can't just walk into a bank and just take the money. When you're struggling, you can't just walk into a store and just take the food. You know, son, we can't do this. You know, you start understanding that. I remember a long time ago, I told my mother, I was a little kid. I said, Mom, just go to the bank. Because Dad used to always say, we got to go to the bank. Got to go to the bank. My dad had little side jobs. He get paid in cash, but he put the money in the bank so Mom can pay the bills. So I'm like, just go to the bank. The bank got plenty of money. I don't know why. And I'm mad in my, you know, I ain't saying it out loud, but all you got to do is just go to the bank. Why is that so hard? Just go to the bank. They got plenty of money to give you, but you got to be an adult. That's what I thought, you know. But as a kid, the struggles and almost running out of gas. One time we pushed the car to the parking space. You know, they would never experience that type of stuff. So I feel sorry for them. Not saying that running out of gas is the answer, but being born with a silver spoon in your mouth with no discipline behind you is not good. It's not good at all. And y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Diddy kids, you know, I think they was taught how to do wrong and get away with it. That's what they learned. You know, not the twins. We don't hear too much about the twins or the other beautiful daughter that he has. Before all this, I didn't even know Diddy had all these kids until after he went to jail. That's crazy, man. I didn't even know he had kids. I mean, I heard he had kids or something, you know, but I ain't know it was that many. I ain't know nothing about no twins, and I ain't know nothing about the daughter. That's crazy, man. And then after he went to jail, then I started realizing that Kim Porter, rest in peace, passed away. I didn't know who she was or anything like that. So all this stuff is still fresh to me is the point I'm making. But man, I thank y'all, man, for checking out the channel. Shout out to all my enders. I had a couple more names I was going to run off, man. Shout out to Tahir, Along, Ariel, and Mina, and all the rest of the crew. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Y'all tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.